So today we have a request for a suggested estate plan. Of course, I'm going to speak in generalities because I don't know what state we're talking about, and I'm only licensed in 2 in our country. But this is a unmarried partnership. They're unmarried, and they own properties together. They're only, I'm sorry, my puppy is playing with his new stuffed mallard. If you hear that, sorry. I'm going to keep going. So they turning 65 this year, and they're not close with their children. So in their words, it says administrative nightmare. You can be. So we're going to address that in just a second. Before we get there, I'd like you to imagine a friend who's going through a scenario in their life where something, tragic has creeped up on them, and they were prepared though, because you shared this video, perhaps a similar type of couple. We would appreciate it, as will your friends. I'm Valerie Zammitti, an estate planning attorney, helping families in New York and New Jersey. Please drop your questions for us, as we're here to educate everyone for free, and hopefully together we can help some folks along the way. As plain as I can say it, you need a trust, okay? The trust will avoid a court and the involvement of the kids. Granted, your children will still have the potential to file a claim, but because a trust is a private contract, it's outside of the court systems and isn't submitted to the court, it really takes an extra effort, real impetus for them to file something in the court where an administrative process doesn't already exist. Granted, they still can. Just keep in mind, even with all the protections and provisions that, us attorneys put into these documents, it is still possible for someone to file. But in general, that trust will avoid the court process and also should avoid the inclusion of the children into that process, if that's your intent. Also, if you have multiple properties, we have many clients with multiple properties. Even if they're in one state, but if they're in different states, you really want to get them collectively under one umbrella of your trust so that it can be managed and handled in a much more streamlined, and easier fashion at your passings. You'll do a little bit of work now, but it makes it so much easier later. So please, you need a trust. Find 1 or 2 local estate planning attorneys, focus in this field. Check out their Google reviews, ask in your local Facebook group, and book appointments to get the ball rolling. That's the hardest part. Once you do that, you got, first 2 steps in, and then you just keep going from there. All right? You don't want to let it linger, because then your goals here won't come to fruition, and you will end up in what we call an administrative nightmare for sure. All right? We hope you've learned something here today that's new for you and that you choose to share. And as always, please take care.